So, when we talk about live action Batman, who's the one person that mostly everybody brings up and talk about? Christian Bale's Batman. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Christian Bale. I loved his Batman. I love what he did with the character. I love the movies. But to sit here and say Christian Bale's Batman is the best one we've seen on live action, I don't think so. I feel like each person who played the character played him well. They all have some strengths and they all have some weaknesses. But in my opinion, I just don't think Christian Bale's Batman was the best one. When it comes to the Dark Knight trilogy, the tones of the movies is set on realism, right? And what I mean by that is like what it would be like if we had a Batman, you know, running around the city in today's time. I say that to say because when it comes to the Dark Knight trilogy, I know a lot of y'all is not gonna like this, but the villains carry the movies. And I'll repeat that one more time. The villains do carry the movies. They do. Whenever someone brings up the Dark Knight trilogy, it's never about Batman. Who is it always about? This guy, the one and only Heath Ledger. He did an amazing performance. Can't take that away from him. But I feel like people are so blinded by his performance that they say the Dark Knight trilogy is the best Batman movie. And I'm sorry, but it's not. You can't take one person's performance, right? And try to stick it to the whole movie because it's not what it is. And that's like people's main argument when it comes to the Dark Knight. Heath. That's really all it comes down to. Now, I'm not saying Bale was a terrible Batman because he wasn't. Personally, Bale, Affleck, Patterson, they all bring something different to the Batman character, which I like. It all makes their Batman seem different from one another, right? Which it is. Bale's Batman is more like realism, right? Robert's Batman, he feels like he was pulled out of a comic strip. Affleck's Batman, he's very action packed. So I feel like all they Batmans bring something different. And they Batmans do lack stuff too. But personally, I just feel like neither one of them is better than the other. They all bring something different. They all look different. All their Gothams feel different. So I really can't say one is better than the other because it's just not true. And I had to say something about this because every time I see the Dark Knight trilogy, the only thing people keep bringing up is Heath Ledger. And it's like, yeah, that's cool. He did a great performance. But what about actual Batman? Like, what can you remember about Christian Bale's Batman? Like, what iconic moments did he have? And I'm sorry, but a lot of people cannot answer that question. They only talk about Heath, Bane, here and there, Ra's al Ghul, here and there. You don't really hear people talking about Christian Bale's Batman because his villains carried the movies. And I'm sorry to say they did. They really did. But I just wanted to give my own little take on this because I've been seeing this for years. And it's like, he had a good movie, great movies, great villains, great storytelling. But him as Batman wasn't the best. I'm sorry, it wasn't. But we all have our different opinions on it. But if you do agree with anything I said, please drop a like, comment, sub if you want to. And I'll see you guys in the next one.